The Fashion Valley Mall is an open-air shopping mall in San Diego, California that opened in 1969. Were you a kid, teenager, adult, parent, or grandparent living in Southern California and would frequent those malls in your area? Were you a mall rat like me, where you spent your formative years people watching, socializing, or shopping at those iconic malls? Let's take a stroll down memory lane and relive those moments of yesteryears. So let's take a deep dive into the history of that mall in your neighborhood. Please leave a comment or a memory of this mall and stay tuned until the end. I want to see if you were paying attention to my video. Thanks. The land on which the Fashion Valley Mall was constructed was on the site of Westgate Park, which occupied the northeast corner of the site. Opened in April of 1958, the stadium served as the home field for the Pacific Coast League San Diego Padres. The team moved to larger quarters at the new San Diego Stadium in 1968. San Diego County's 8th shopping mall was developed on 78 acres, located 3 miles north of the center of the city. The plot was adjacent to the 7.1-mile Cabrillo Parkway. This highway, dedicated in February of 1948, was the first expressway in Greater San Diego. Fashion Valley was designed by 4 firms: William Piera and Associates, Charles Luckman Associates, Killingsworth, Brady and Associates, and McClellan, Cruz, Gaylord and Associates. Plans for the complex was announced in December of 1967, with an official groundbreaking held in 1968. The $50 million open-air complex was the second retail mall endeavor for El Segundo-based Ernest Hahn Incorporated. The center contained more than 1 million square feet of shopping space, featuring individually styled store exteriors. Principal building materials were exposed aggregate, split-face bricks and blocks, a variety of specially made quarry and red Spanish tile. There were fountains, trees, flowers, and benches. The center's theme was established by a 50-foot-high tower in the mall. 3 department stores had soft openings on September 6, 1969. A 3-level, 169,000 square foot The Broadway, a 3-level, 171,000 square foot J.W. Robinson's, and a 2-level, 80,000 square foot Long Beach-based Buffum's. 2 shoe stores also opened at this time, Thayer McNeil and Florsheim. 36 inline stores debuted on October 13, 1969. When completed, the single-level mall covered over 1 million leasable square feet and contained 80 stores and services. These included Joseph Magnin, Grodin's, John Hogan, See's Candy, Fennell's Jeweler, and a 2-level, 30,000 square foot F.W. Woolworth's Five and Dime. One of the last stores to open was a 2-level, 253,000 square foot JCPenney, which was dedicated on November 18, 1970. An outparcel strip plaza called the West Village Shops was built in the northwest corner of the mall site. It housed the American Multi-Cinema Fashion Valley 4, noteworthy as the first 4-screen cinema in San Diego County. It showed the first features on June 3, 1970. Later in the decade, the East Village Shops store strip was built northeast of the mall. There was also free parking for up to 6,000 cars. The first expansion of Fashion Valley was dedicated in the early 1980s. A $15 million north wing consisted of 2 retail levels. It was anchored by a 3-level, 150,000 square foot Nordstrom, a 3-level, 105,000 square foot Neiman Marcus, and it included 42 stores and 3 parking garages. Nordstrom became one of the first operational North Wing stores on August 27, 1981. The grand opening was hosted by Edith Head, renowned Paramount Studios costume designer. It included live music, hors d'oeuvres, and a fashion show and wine tasting. Festivities resumed on August 28th. A continental breakfast was followed by an official ribbon cutting, with entertainment provided by the mime troupe. The Center City Ballet performed on August 29th. Neiman Marcus also threw an elaborate grand opening ceremony. Their store was dedicated with a Night in Monte Carlo, an invitation-only benefit. This included a formal dinner, casino games, live music, and dancing. Fashion Valley now encompassed 1.3 million leasable square feet and contained 124 stores and services. It surpassed Carlsbad's Plaza Camino Real as the largest shopping center in Greater San Diego. This title was held until 1983, when Mission Valley Center was enlarged to 1.5 million leasable square feet. Competitors of the Fashion Valley were the Mission Valley Center, which was built in 1961, which was also less than a mile east, University Town Center, which was opened in 1977, and the Horton Plaza, which opened in 1985. All were in San Diego. In 1985, Ernest Hahn sold all interest in Fashion Valley to the Imperial Tobacco Corporation. In turn, a 50% share was sold to the Equitable Life Insurance Society of the U.S. in 1986. They established a 100% stake in the complex in May of 1995 and sold a 50% share to the Indianapolis-based Simon Property Group in October of 2001. If you went to this mall in the 80s and 90s, you may have remembered Warner Brothers Store, Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor, Gloria Jeans, Orange Julius, Miller's Outpost, Walden Books, and The Warehouse. In May of 1991, Buffum's closed. On September 27, 1992, iMagnin moved into the vacant Buffum's building. But in January of 1994, iMagnin closed. In January of 1993, J.W. Robinson's at the Fashion Valley closed and reopened as a rebranded Robinson's May. Fashion Valley was in need of a makeover in order to remain competitive. A renovation plan was conceptualized in 1992 and submitted for city approval early in 1993. Official sanction was granted in November of 1994, with construction commencing in January of 1996. The project was the largest build-over mall remodel in U.S. history. Existing stores remained open for business during the $220 million reconstruction. During the construction, the Broadway closed. It reopened as a rebranded Macy's on May 1st, 1996. The Broadway Macy's building was expanded to 199,000 square feet, Robinson's May to 211,000 square feet, and Nordstrom to 220,000 square feet, taking out a section of the adjacent west parking garage in the process. In June of 1996, a bizarre and grisly incident, a construction worker was crushed to death when a 10-ton steel beam fell from a crane hoist. Immediately after the accident, the crane operator was attacked and severely beaten by two other workers who blamed him for the worker's death. A 280,000 square foot second level was added to the original mall structure, bringing it in line with the two-level north wing. The new upper floor added 97 stores and services to the retail roster. It included the 8-bay Cafe Terrace, a cosmopolitan version of the traditional shopping mall food court, as well as an 18-screen megaplex theater. During the massive renovation, Riverwalk Drive, running along the south side of the mall, was rerouted. The street was moved southward with an expanded sewer line installed under the elevated guideway for the 6.1 route mile Mission Valley West extension of the San Diego Trolley. A Mission Mediterranean motif was used for the remodeling of Fashion Valley. Valet parking was installed at the main entrances of Friars Road and Riverwalk Drive. The mall structure was graced with columns, towers, curving stairways, ramps, and new landscaping. Moreover, 5 new parking garages were built on the south side of the complex. When the construction dust finally settled, Fashion Valley spanned around 1.7 million leasable square feet and housed 210 stores and services. The size of the complex surpassed that of the Mission Valley Center. Fashion Valley was once again the largest shopping center in or around San Diego. A $50 per plate reopening celebration was held on October 9, 1997, featuring entertainment by Bruce Hornsby and the Range. The San Diego Trolley Fashion Valley Center Transit Center Station was dedicated on November 23, 1997. It was connected via a skywalk to the mall's southwest parking garage. The American multi-cinema Fashion Valley 18 showed its first features on May 23, 1998. In March of 2006, Robinson's May closed. It reopened and was rebranded as San Diego's first Bloomingdale's on November 18th. On July 17, 2010, Saks Fifth Avenue closed. The building was subdivided. Half of the first level was sectioned into a Burberry, Salvatore Ferragamo, Armani, and a Ted Baker. In December of 2011, 62,000 square foot Forever 21 opened in the vacant Saks space, which was the remainder of the first level and all of the second. These store openings were accompanied by a $15 million mall-wide facelift. This project added fountains, soft seating areas, lighting, flooring, and landscaping. The Club Terrace food court was also spruced up. The renovation got underway in July of 2010 and was completed in September of 2011. In 2012, 2 people were injured when the driver accidentally hit the gas and went over the side of the Fashion Valley parking garage. It plunged 3 stories, and the victim survived, suffering major injuries. In 2015, a similar accident happened again. 2 women were taken to the hospital after their car fell from the 3rd floor of a parking structure at Fashion Valley Mall. The 2 women inside of the car were conscious and breathing after the accident. In January of 2023, the parking lot of JCPenney flooded due to the heavy rains that caused the river to overflow its banks. In June of that year, a 29-year-old man was robbed and then shot in the parking lot at the Fashion Valley Mall. On May 20th, 2024, it was announced that JCPenney's location would be replaced with luxury apartments. JCPenney is slated to close its location in fall of 2025. In December of 2024, Forever 21 closed. Plans are in the works to replace the JCPenney building with 883 residential units, which would include 2 8-story residential buildings with 5 levels of apartments above 2 or 3 levels of structured parking. The project also aims to replace an existing 2-level enclosed anchor building with approximately 141,000 square feet of new open-air retail and food and beverage spaces. The shopping center has over 1.7 million square feet, making it the largest mall in the San Diego area and one of the largest in California. It is anchored by a Bloomingdale's, a JCPenney, which is closing in the fall of 2025, Macy's, Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom, and contains over 190 stores and services. Congratulations!
Still here? It's over. Whoa. When I find you...
Pop quiz, hotshot.
This is only a test.
So if you've gotten this far into the video, thanks! So how many anchor stores closed or changed names at this mall? So if your answer was 7, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.